Good morning, everybody. It's time for the daily review. Hopefully, you will have a beautiful day today. Yesterday was kind of crazy in my area. We had like freaking flooding torrential rains and egg size hail that just destroyed a whole bunch of houses. My house is okay. But yeah, it was ridiculous. Anyways, let's see what's going on in Arena today. So let's try and cash this in. Now, the reason why I'm cashing this one in instead of this one is because playing 25 lands is super easy, but I don't play a lot of creature decks. So if I have to trade one to try and get 750, I'll trade this one. So, and no dice, but I can play a lot of blue stuff. I don't generally play red decks that much, but let's check it out. Okay, so we've got Quick Draft Rivals of Ixalan. Alright, so as I've said in my previous videos, this is actually okay, but my only issue is that you don't get to play, like, it's not playing standard legal sets, but still you can get sets to play in historic, and you can convert your gold into gems, which is really important. But still, I mean, it's I guess if you really like historic, then maybe, right? Especially if you like the Merfolk, because the Merfolk is a pretty strong archetype in Ixalan. But yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm probably not going to be playing this just because like I don't really need cards from Ixalan, and and I don't want to spend 5,000 gold on whatever, right? Like, so I don't want to spend my in-game currency on that. It takes a long time to build up that gold, right? So I mean, that could 5,000 represents like could be couple like half a week or a week's worth of like grinding. So I mean, do you really want to waste it on Ixalan? It doesn't even help you play standard, right? So on the other hand, you have Draft Ikoria, this premier draft. Now, what makes this a premier draft? Like, as far as I can tell, it's only really that you get to draft against other players instead of bots. But I mean, I don't really care about that at all. Like, when you're playing the games, you're not playing against bots. So I mean, I don't know. On the other hand, you do actually get the break even point I think is actually like 3 or 4 wins before you start breaking even on gems. So I think it's at 3. So this is a little more easier to break even. Do not play the cube draft. Right, so if you haven't watched my videos before, this is a total rip-off. It's like, yeah, you get to play their cube, but it's a phantom draft, so you don't get to keep any of the cards. So like, you basically, like, when you get like these rewards, it's like 1 rare and 2 uncommons from not in standard. So basically, you're gonna win cards that aren't even available like for standard. So like, this is like winning 1,000 gold and a pack. Right, so you're going to pay 4,000 gold, you get like 2 or let's say 3 wins, and you get half your gold back and 1 pack that's not even in standard. Like, that's just like a total ripoff, right? Like, remember that you can go and buy a pack that's not in standard, that like just from the store for 1,000 gold. So like it's just ridiculous. I think this is the break-even point. So you get 3,000 gold, so you get to draft the cube. You get your 3,000 gold back, and then you get like basically a pack, not in standard again. So like, why would you ever do this? Right? It's just so stupid. I guess if you really want to play this cube, but like, come on, Wizards. Like, why would anybody do this? Instead of getting doing this, I could just go buy 4 old packs and then just open them and get the same reward, right? I mean, I don't know. It's just so weird, right? Like, you have to get 5 wins here, basically. So basically, if you go in and you get up to the 5 win point, you get your gold back, right? And then you get 3 cards, not in standard. So basically, you get a free pack if you can get up to 5 wins, right? And if you somehow get up to this, and I guess you get 2,000 gold, and like, come on, like, this just seems so stupid. I would not play this. I don't. It just seems like such a scam. Right? It just doesn't feel good, right? Anyways, like, Wizards, do better. Do better. Like, I love cube draft. Like one of the videos I want to make is like, going through how to build a cube and like all the cubes I built. But like, I'm not going to play that. The rewards are terrible. All right. So, anyways, let's go into here. So we got this. It's Nyx Lotus. I actually like this Outlaws Merriment. I think it's a cool card. This is a card I think that's kind of a fun one to put into like a cube or something like that. But yeah, overall, like, card styles, don't waste your gold on card styles. They don't help you play the game at all. If you've got like a ton of gold, then sure, right, then go ahead. Sleeves, you know, again, like if you really like them, and I get like I'm more supportive of people that buy sleeves rather than card styles, because at least sleeves like stick around. Card styles like rotate. Well, they don't. I guess you still have them in historic, but like, the cards rotate. You're not even going to play them very often. So like, at least sleeves can stick around for as long as you play the game. And pets, don't even get me into pets. Pets are stupid. Don't even buy this. 20,000 gold. Are you kidding me? Really? And this Jace isn't even that cool. So I don't know. Like, I'm not a big fan of that. So yeah, look at me, Mr. Negativity today. Anyways, yeah, just everything in the store is terrible. uh, yeah, overall, like I wouldn't play any of these events. I'm not going to play any of these events. I'm just going to grind in standard ranked or historic ranked, depending on what I want to play. Just grind in there, get my rewards and gold and stuff like that. I'm already at the top of the grid for levels, so I'm just getting cards here and there. But yeah, I don't know. Like Wizards, you got to do better. You got to do better. You can have more than 3 events, right? So I don't know what's stopping them. And like, yeah, okay, they opened up the guild hall, but the Brawlers Guild Hall. But I mean, like, come on, like, open up something else. Like, put in like, put in like a draft instead of draft Ixalan, that's fine. But then put in like a Theros draft, or put in something like that where people can actually get cards that they can use to play the game. So yeah, I don't know. Not impressed today with what Arena has to offer. So there is one thing that I do want to talk about in the world of Magic, and this is paper Magic, is this Magic Fest on your kitchen table. So Magic Fest in a box. So as you know, Channel Fireball, well, you may not know, is not able to actually run their events right now. And so what they're doing is they're just packaging everything up and putting it out for sale. I personally think this is actually a really good deal. Right, so I don't live in the United States. I live in Canada, so let's go down and take a look at it. But I mean, it's all the same. It's just the pricing is a little bit different, right? So anyways, what do you get? So for $70, you can actually get this mystery playmat. So they're just going to give you one playmat, but you can't decide which one it is, right? Then what you can do, you also get a foil Path to Exile, non-foil Path to Exile, non-foil Soul Ring, and then a foil 2020 basic land set. I think that's just 5 lands. But I mean, this was just actually in the Throne of Eldraine Secret Lair, which sold for like, I think 30 or 40 bucks, right? Like, so people were already paying that. I personally don't think buying 4 or 5 basic lands for 30 or 40 bucks is worth it. But I mean, each to their own. You get a deck box and a pack of sleeves for 70. And I think that's actually, if you look at it, this Path to Exile, these 2 cards, like Path to Exile is normally like, $10. I think they're promos. Yeah, they're promos, and this one's not available anywhere. So you'd probably be able to sell it for like 20 or 30 bucks later. I think that it's a really good deal. You get these like sleeves. I never play with these sorts of sleeves. They're almost always terrible. But you get a deck box, sleeves. Like the playmat's usually like 30 Canadian dollars or 40 Canadian dollars. So like there's great value here. There is actually really good value. You can get the 2-player edition, in which case you get 2 mystery playmats, 2 foils, basically double of everything. 2 deck boxes, and then 2 non-foil Soul Rings. But here you get a previous GP promo card, which is actually really strong, and then an artist item, which could be like a deck divider or something like that. I don't know, but still, I think there's actually some good value here. And then finally, if you get the Commander Edition, you get 4 mystery playmats, which is actually pretty sweet. Foil Path to Exile, 4 non-foil Path to Exile. So basically play sets, 2 play sets of Path to Exile, 4 deck boxes, 4 packs of sleeves, and then 4 non-foil Soul Rings. And then you still get the basic land set. And it's weird that you don't get like 4 of them. You get the GP promo, a foil Soul Ring, which is always going for quite a bit of money, and then 4 artist items. But just like 4 playmats alone normally costs about, let's say if they're $30, it's 120. If they're 40, it's 160. So like, I feel like there's actually some good value here. And then they have a flat shipping of 40 bucks, including any custom fees customs fees, so that's actually not too bad either. Like very often companies, like I used to get this when I used to order from ThinkGeek, that you have relatively cheap shipping, but then you get your stuff would get held up at the border, and you have to pay like a ton of money like to pay for customs. So this is including customs fees, you know, flat $40 anywhere. So I think this is actually a pretty good deal if you've got the money. I think like getting playmats is really nice. If you've never played with playmats, like you should be, but they are actually, it's actually pretty cool. Like, you know, and you're getting 4 mystery ones, so you're just getting 4 at random. It is a little bit weird because in the US one, you can get a select your playmat one. So they have the mystery playmat set, but then they also have select your playmat for $10 more. And you get to choose from your choice of over 100. So why can't you do that for people who are not in the US? It's very strange, right? Like, so, I mean, like you see everywhere else, like in the world, like Canada and Europe, I don't know what's going on in Japan, but you know, but Canada and Europe, you can't select your own playmat, but in the US you can. It's like, is there a reason for this? Is like putting like basically, I imagine the packaging process is pretty much the same, except just putting a different, you know, putting a different stamp or tag on the box right before you send it out for shipping. So I don't know why, but nonetheless, even if you can't choose your playmat, I think that, like your playmats, I think that it's fine. I think this is actually a pretty good deal if you've got the money and if you need playmats. Of course, if you need this stuff as well. I'm huge into collecting, and I actually have a whole bunch of playmats, but I will probably get this. I'll probably use a lot of it for my own playing and stuff like that, but might even use some of the other things as like some prizing if I have like events and stuff like that, like, you know, like packs, like the sleeves. I don't really care for these sorts of, like, they're probably like Altar Guard sleeves or whatever. Like, you know, not a huge fan of those ones. Like, I usually like matte sleeves that, like, anyways, maybe I should do another video on sleeves. But anyways, I think this is something people should consider. I am not sponsored by Channel Fireball, but I think there's great value in here. And, you know, it's a good chance if you don't have like playmats and stuff like that for you to get a good set of playmats that are, you know, at a reasonable price, and also get some, you know, some other promos. Like, I would bet that you could probably sell like your foil Path to Exiles for, let's say, I'm talking about Canadian dollars, like $10 to $15 each. Let's say you just sold them all for $10 each. There's 8 cards. It's like $80 right there. Right, and then if you sold like you basically, if you just sold all the cards, you could almost get like like more than half your money back, right? So I think it's a good deal. You shouldn't, you know, if you've got the money and you want this stuff, then this is actually a good one to look at. Anyways, let me know what you think. Do you think the Magic Fest in a box is actually a good deal? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next video.